Want boba?
You're watching Canada's Weather Network. To help you plan your activities in the coming days, here are the short and long-term forecasts for your area. To upload your photos and videos, visit upload.theweathernetwork.com.
For our full climate change experience, visit the climate section in our app or go to theweathernetwork.com/climate.
All right, it continues. We are still watching three tornado-warned cells across Ontario and one in Alberta. I hope I have that right. Let's take a look at the first two. I believe yep, that's right, because here we go. These are the two supercells that are on radar currently in Ontario. They seem to be kind of staying isolated, but I think now our attention will be drawn to this storm rather than this one, although there's likely some heavy rain in that one and maybe still is broadly rotating. The reason this one's more interesting is has no interaction with anything out ahead of it or around it, and that's an isolated storm that is rotating. So near, I think it's Feversham, I hope I have that name correctly said, but that's the area, that's where we're watching that area. Zoom in a little bit for you. That's a storm, definitely some heavy rain. So this is north of the Dundalk Highlands area, Flesherton. It's north and east of you, south of Collingwood. And it's moving relatively slow. Most of these have been all day. And it's kind of just kind of meandering sort of east-northeast. In fact, the latest scan actually shows it kind of taking a slight turn. We call that a right-moving supercell, where all of a sudden it turns to the right. That can be a sign of a strengthening storm. Not 100% sure if it is, but it is tornado warned. Let's take a look at those warnings in the magenta color. In fact, Environment Canada has now warned all the way down toward Mount Forest, where there's actually no storms currently, but all the way down to Hanover, Owen Sound, Collingwood, over to, basically Creemore, Stayner, Barrie, upwards to, up north, to Elmvale and Midhurst. So if you're up the 400 or on Highway 26, please remain vigilant and just, stay off the highways. If you see some heavy rain, if you see some hail, maybe it's best to just pull over at a rest stop until these storms pass. Let's go to Creemore, not only the home of a very fine ale and beer, but also the home of severe weather. According to this video this afternoon, some dark looking clouds, some heavy rain. And remember, these two storms that moved through Creemore were both tornado warned. But I want to go to the storm that we're actually seeing the most in the way of rotation right now, and that's up through Powassan. Near Trout Creek. So a lot of people could be up there maybe camping. It is a long weekend. That's the one that we really got to be careful. There is a tornado warning. This includes North Bay down to Powassan and over to the east as well to Mattawa. But that storm is actually showing the most in the way of rotation. We are not done yet. Let's go to Alberta. We have tornado warnings across the province of Alberta. Let me see here if I can get that to cooperate. There we go. We had earlier across the Drayton Valley area. These storms all fired along the foothills and continue to fire. We've got some new updrafts developing just north of Rocky Mountain House. But then we take you down the QE2, and basically from about Red Deer down toward Calgary and then south of Calgary, we've seen storms crossing the QE2, but there's a tornado warned cell. It's now east of Okotoks, but it was warned when it was moving through Okotoks. High River, you're in that tornado warning, but the storm is north of you. You might be just experiencing some light rain. But if you live in areas like Blackie or maybe Mosley or Carsland, that storm is going to maybe be impacting you as it moves relatively slow to kind of the east-southeast direction. So we've seen hail as large as this in Alberta today. Certainly not going to get that size of hail likely in Ontario, but we are continuing to see hail across Ontario. This is our latest hail swath, and you can see in both those storms. I apologize for the technical glitch. Both of those storms are producing hail. We'll be right back.
Planning a vacation? Check out the best time to go with our new vacation report, available on our website.
Well, of course, it's a great weekend coming up to celebrate Canada, and we will have your full national forecast right here on the Weather Network. And we'll also have a special message from meteorologist Dr. Doug Gillum. He's going to fill us in on the updated summer forecast and what you can expect in your region right across Canada. And then Sunday morning, we're having some fun. We're taking the show on the outside. Meteorologist Kevin McKay is going to join us for a severe weather refresher when it comes to summer, and the Canadian Power and Sail Squadron will also be a special guest this weekend to keep you safe on the water.